and I feel like I'm gonna puke. I feel disgusting.
So this ride did not end how I was hoping. I did about a 2 hour drive from San Diego out to Redlands for the Dirty Rap ride. And you can see I'm rolling up here early in the morning. It was about a 45-mile ride, 5,000 feet of elevation gain. And I had a gravel ride. Did a few different kinds of rides here. If you're in the area, definitely recommend checking it out. But I was excited. This is my first like real kind of competitive ride. I've been training a lot in Zwift, so I was ready to come and crush this thing. This was so cool having the Shelby lead us off, kind of get the ride started here. And I'm fresh. I'm excited. I am just there by myself, but had some good conversations with people as we're getting in. But we're just rolling out, and already have a couple people in front of me. But my goal here is I'm like, I want to stay near the front. I want to stay strong, and almost immediately, this is maybe 2 miles in, up a hill, I start getting passed by a few people. And that's alright, you know, I'm not expecting to win this. I've only been gravel riding for a few months. But that still hurt a little bit, right? Like I'm getting passed by more and more people already, but that's okay. I just gotta ride my ride. I'm gonna catch them later, right? I've got a mountain biking background, so I've got the experience to get this done. And then this happens right away, just a couple miles in. My chain pops off, right? Like I still don't know why. My chain pops off just partway through the ride. I wasn't shifting weird, wasn't pushing hard. It didn't happen again the rest of the ride. So this is already not a good start, right? I came in so confident that I was going to be crushing this, that I was just going to be at the front, drafting people the whole time, and I'm getting past, my chain comes off. It's not what I was imagining.
I have no idea how that happened.
Yeah, no idea how my chain came off. But I got people to chase now, right? Which really helps motivate me, I've learned. That when I have people I can chase, it puts a little pep in my step, right? So I'm seeing these guys in front of me that have passed me, and I'm like, all right, I just gotta push, I just gotta get up there, and we'll make it work. And I put some power down, and we did make it work, right? We can see that there's this kind of gate you have to carry your bike over, and I caught up to a lot of people here. So I'm like, all right, I'm back in. Just because my chain fell off, it doesn't mean the end of the world. So I am kind of starting to feel a little more confident again, right? Like, hey, I belong here. This is my first ever ride. I'm going to come out and crush it, right? Like my head, my aspirations are still in the clouds. And then we get on this technical signal track, and we can see that, you know, that's kind of the lead group in front of me. And it is a little bit rough. There's some tight, sharp turns. I've also got a few people behind me, but dude, I got this guy in my sights. I am catching this dude. But I am pushing.
Yes.
I am giving everything that I can. My heart is beating out my chest. I am just like, I gotta catch that dude. And I start getting passed again. The people I was blocking on that single track, which I told them they could pass, you know, I'd pull over and they were cool, but they start passing me now. But then this group caught me, and I'm like, alright, this group's going a speed that's a push for me, but I can do it, right? I can hang with these guys. They're cool. This is Juan in front of me. Really cool guys that I was chatting with. I'm like, all right, I just got to hang on these guys' tails. Yes, it's going to hurt, but that's okay, right? We'll keep pushing here. And this was just so beautiful, so fun. I've never ridden in the Redlands area, so it was really fun hanging with these guys. We had a little rest stop, get some water, and this isn't technically a race, but I was treating it like a race. As I'm like, I gotta beat these guys, right? If I can't beat these guys in this casual ride, when I do my gravel and wine race in Temecula in January, I'm gonna get crushed. So I gotta like go here, right? I gotta prove to myself I can do it. And so I'm hanging on. Just trying to keep on their tail as we go, right? And I am just dying. I am up this hill. But I get separated from the group. They kind of went around this way, and I followed the GPS, and that put me ahead of them a little bit. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. I'm getting ahead of them. And now it's just me, just cruising, riding by myself, and it's a good time. This was so fun, just screaming down these hills at 25, 30 miles an hour. After all the climbing we had done up the big hill at the beginning, it was so fun just to rip. But you don't get gravel without more climbing. Now, we're probably about halfway through the ride here. I just pop through here, and we get to descend. Just drop probably about 1,000 feet to the rest stop. And this rest stop was cool, dude. This rest stop was awesome. They had, at least for like the price of the admission here, they had great food, they had gels, they had energy drinks. I cannot blame fuel for how the last couple miles of this ride went, because I was fueled up, baby. Alright, so now we kind of rejoined part of that trail we were on. But my goal here is to like get ahead of that group that I was riding with, right? Like, I know I'm ahead of them because I saw one guy and he said that most of the group was a little behind. I'm like, all right, I got to beat that group in. I'll feel good about myself. And I get on another kind of technical single track. This is probably about 10 miles to go. This is about 35 miles in. I'm almost seeing cross-eyed at this point. I am just barely getting through. But the guys are behind me. I see the group just 100 yards back. They're starting to gain on me, and that puts a little fire in my legs. And we're pushing, baby, and they catch me. Of course they catch me. This group of guys does this every week, so they just have the knowledge, but more importantly, they got the power. And I'm like, all right, I'm not letting you guys go again. I don't care if I crash. I am going to push as hard as I can to hang with these dudes. And they're just beasts, at least compared to me. I'm just trying to hang on their wheel. And then we get in a little more single track, right? All right, back in it. This is where I tend to feel good. But I am just so gassed at this point. I am exhausted. Everything's starting to get sore, and bam, little crash, right? Pull off to the side. I just can't, my body's not responding how I want it to.
Fade it out. We're good.
The guys around me, though, are so cool, dude. These guys for Don's Bike Shop in Redlands are awesome. They're all super nice. They're like, hey, you good? You okay? And that was fine, right? But at this point, I am struggling so hard. This guy in front of me is talking to me. We're chatting, and I just cannot chat anymore. And we get off that, and I can't get up this hill. They're all passing me. I'm weaving because I just can't control anymore. I'm trying so hard, and I just watch them go. And this is where I was like, oh, man, I am not nearly as strong as I need to be.
1 mile.
1 mile to go, I was saying. 1 to go. And I am So slow. This is a guy on one of the road rides, so he wasn't with us. And I gave it everything. I gave it everything I could, and burned over 3,000 calories and set a new foundation heart rate and training peaks. This was the hardest ride I've ever done, but it was cool. People were cool. I finally pulled in, and I'm just dying, dude. But I've got a few comments on my thoughts.
We're done. First kind of real gravel ride, group gravel ride. Out of me. I was doing great until the end. Bike held up well. Covered in dirt. I'm covered in dirt.
All right, back in the car. After ride thoughts are, I feel so humbled. You know, I've been training in Zwift, nothing crazy, you know, and I tried to keep up with like one of the teams of riders here, and just, you know, I held on to him for a bit, but then I got dropped, and I feel like I'm gonna puke. I feel disgusting. But that being said, the bike shop that puts on the ride, it was their team. They were awesome. The guys were so cool. I rode with them for probably at least one of the guys in the group, if not the whole group, for probably half the ride, or at least a third of the ride, and they were awesome. They were super welcoming after the ride. They said, good job, like, exchanged names. They said, hey, come out on a Saturday. So if you're in the Redlands area, you gotta go and do the group ride with these guys. You're gonna get dropped if you're not super fit, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. The event they put on was awesome. I am too nauseous to eat the food, but it looked incredible. You know, burgers and hot dogs that they made. But I'm excited. I got a 2-hour drive ahead of me back home, and I am going to sleep the rest of the day. But I'm proud I put in everything I could and got humbled for it. So the only thing to do is train more. And I've got Gravel and Wine in Temecula coming up in like 3 months, January. And this has taught me a lot. I need to put a lot of work in if I'm going to feel better on that ride. But I'm excited. If you're in the Redlands area, totally recommend the wrap ride, whether it's one of the street or the gravel ride. It's a lot of fun. They do a great job, and bring some friends or find one. It's a good time. It's a good community. Anyways, have a good one. Thanks for watching.